All right, and I am live. Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night. Let's make sure I'm getting out. Okay, looking good. Let's get this adjusted. It is Sunday night on the Rancho. Just adjusting a few things here. All right, there we go. That over here. Every time I come to Streamlabs, and many of you are discovering some of the joys of Streamlabs here. McFly, what's going on? Some of you are experiencing some of the joys of Streamlabs. Shamaj, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. Wherein every week they seem to change the layout with upgrades and improvements. It makes it ridiculous sometimes to, I like things that are kind of static. I like improvements, but Streamlabs is kind of nutty because they do too many things too fast and people can't keep up with that. Hey, Joe Smith, Nocturnal Denizen, Miss Kitty, nice to see you. And they don't do enough. Hey, Charlotte, they don't do enough to improve. OKC, how you doing, sweetie? They don't do enough to improve existing features, in my opinion. They're always trying to add new bells and whistles, and it makes it miserable sometimes. Fish, how you doing? Dr. Fish is all the way up. Rosie with the hosey. How you doing, Fish? Nice to see you. Have you heard from D? A tornado touchdown near home. Yeah, I think he's live, Cheryl. I was in there a little while ago on his stream. I think it was, I was watching D's chat, and I guess it was D's chat, and my friend Deb on there lives in Louisiana, and she was talking about that she was under a hurricane warning. So we can talk about anything you guys want tonight. I have an open chat here. It's titled Halloween. I know that's a big thing. I know I make a big deal out of it here on the ranch. Or Halloween, the van build, travels, and adventure. Whatever you would like to talk about. Jaguar, how can you stand Marshall? All his content is begging for money. Actually, tonight Jaguar was one of the best chats I've seen him have a long time. He was definitely on the theme of the van build, which was a good thing. Hey, Jewel, how are you? Craving a Chooch. Those were amazing and fun. I just finished your D Street one too with the, yeah, I've got a lot of great epic content. What's up, Carlos? I was surprised how well it went tonight, to tell you the truth. I told him that's one of the best chats you've had. He's, oh, my world says we're having lots of rain and hail right now. Yes, he did, Carlos. Let's face it, you never get rid of Carlos Martinez, you know. Carlos Martinez, a legend. His stream ended. Well, I hope he's in a safe place. If you're in a van, the thing is to travel under a strong structure like a parking garage or something like that. You like the fire going in the background. You can tell that cool nights and warm days are. I woke up this morning. It was chilly. About 64 degrees. First morning we flipped the heat on here. Tiffy Richard, how are you? It's going good today. Hey, Joey D, how are you? Black Bigot is driving around. You got to find a good, safe place to be. Hey, Spirits, how are you? I thought it was a pretty positive chat. Fire is beautiful. Still have the AC on. Yeah, you're down there, I guess, in the Houston area, getting ready for Halloween. Yeah, Halloween is kind of a big to-do here on the rancho. I guess I never grow up. I love putting up decorations. I love putting up lots of lights. Lights. I like to do Halloween themed baking and a lot of events stuffed in between that. Yeah, I know I'm putting time on the van, but Marshall understands that my top priority is Missy Jen, making sure she's happy and healthy. and also living a life here. We have a lot of things that we've traditionally done for over 6 years on the channel here to decorate for Halloween. How you doing, Patricia? Went away to the local title of the van conversion. Can't wait to see your decor. Yeah, you can punch Halloween into my description box, and you can see a lot of the old decorations. There's some repeats and things. I do try to add something every year. I like to go out and get the red, the orange and purple lights. I have Halloween decorations, and my neighbors have Diwali lights. It's quite a contrast. Interesting. Oh, you're volunteering at your local senior center for a dance on Halloween night. There's a woot. They did the mash, ooh, 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 ooh. They did the monster mash. They did the mash. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Nomadic Ninja, nice to see you. I was listening to some of your stream. I like the way, I've noticed Nomadic Ninja. I'm a person that watches details in videos. Every time, I like that. Every time you take a sip out of your 2-liter bottle or whatever you fill it with fruit juice, you always put the cap back on. I like that. You sit that down for about a minute, then you uncap it, you take another sip, then you sit it down, you cap it again. We really are creatures of habit. Yeah, I'm going to have that, Sean, I'm going to have that reef back. Sean, I was watching, I don't know, is Dee's chat or whose chat? You're thinking about moving to Florida. Yeah, 35 and feels like 27. I hear you, McFly. How you doing, Lisa? Yeah, well, you got to get your thrills where you can in the nursing home. Won't be too many more years. I'll be shaking it up in the old folks home. Nicole, how you doing? I enjoyed Vegas a lot. You had a very positive. You had a very positive chat tonight. I thought on there. What's up, Juice? How are you? Florida, Texas, or the Carolinas? Okay, well, you're in a pretty conservative area of California, I think, out there. I'm kind of surprised. You're gonna miss the you're gonna miss the California experience. There's just no way I could leave this area here. I love it. Yeah. Canned chicken, yeah. I kind of enjoyed the canned chicken when I had it. Glad you had a good time. I was texting Mr. Z while you were there. Be careful, Nicole. Got the fireplace on board. Usually about the third week of November. I usually try to see if I can stretch it out till November 1st to turn the heat on, but I gave in today. Confirmed tornadoes in Dallas. Okay. Oh, you're sick of paying the taxes. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Long time no see. Yeah, I'm keeping things positive with Coates on there. There's D. D, stay safe down there, man. Make sure you listen to the warnings and get yourself under a safe structure down there, my friend, okay? I don't want to lose my choochin buddy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're always careful, Nicole. Hey, Katie, how you doing, sweetie? Tiff says hello. Awesome. I know you got to get under a parking structure or something, D. You're at great risk when you're in a van in the open. You don't want to be spinning like the Wizard of Oz through the air. Oh man, I'm too drunk. Wow. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, just email me some ideas. I can make it. Lamont is out driving. He better be careful. 31 degrees here and freezing. If you see, 120,000 without power in North Dallas from the tornado. Hey, Cupcake, how are you? Yeah, it was. We had Dee's stream on at dinner tonight. It was a hoot. Do I miss my choo-choo? Hey, Sugar Cane, that blue brings your eyes out. Looking good. There's my Sugar Cane. Sugar Cane, you're so handsome. I love sugarcane. How you doing, Survivor? I'm panel shy, D. You know, these days I don't even, it's been so long since I've been on a panel. I like to just do a drive by and I like to just listen to the chat. I'm like excuse me, I'm back on the allergies again. Had a pneumonia booster shot, was feeling sick, but much better now. Good for you. I had a pneumonia vaccine, I think, last year. Hey, Bella Christina. Yeah, I like blue. Don't lie, you're not shy. As soon as I come here, I was doing great till I got back here with all the leaf mold in the air and everything. Okay, take care, Chris. Best to your mom down there too. I don't know what it is. Isn't that weird the way colors bring out colors in the eyes and things? Nice to see you, Jen. I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you guys, I really like sugarcane. I know last year sugarcane had some beautiful pieces. I don't know whether they were from New Orleans or something. He had some really beautiful pieces on his mantelpiece for Halloween, and I remember that sugarcane. Marshall there was watching him make lentils one time until Janet came home and yelled at, I want to see the recipe. Let me tell you, I walked out in that Shine Shack this morning. It smelled like a Packy kitchen out there. He had the super spicy chorizo and eggs going out there, and like, whoa. But I have to say, he cleans everything up, all the stuff afterward. I hope you do, sugarcane. Put up your beautiful pieces on the mantle. Visalia, California is my home town, born and raised. Been in Oklahoma City for 23 years. How about those Oklahoma Thunder, huh? Hey, VW, better than Pitts. That's it. I hate riding around. Today was hours riding around trying to procure material. You know, I never got a taste for chorizo. You know, the boss is half Mexican, and he made chorizo and eggs one morning, and I didn't really cotton to that too much. I didn't really enjoy it. How about those Ravens, huh? Forget the Packers. Yeah, I just don't like chorizo. I'd rather have a brat. I'd rather have an Italian sausage than chorizo. I just don't enjoy chorizo. I don't like the spicing component of it. I mean, I will eat it, yeah, but about the Astros exactly. Yeah, that Lamar Jackson is some kind of quarterback. I love carne asada, hot frog. I love that. Carne asada, go Ravens. I know. So they're tuning up their game. Nice to see you, Hop Frog. They are tuning up the. Yeah, I don't do. You know, sugarcane wheat. I don't like refried beans. I thought I was the only person in the world that didn't like refried beans. I would just grab black beans or pinto beans, things like that. I just am not I'm not a fan of refried beans. D Trout Lions. There we go. I like one pot cooking chorizo sausage with some good creamy base. Well, you're doing good contact. The 49ers are amazing. This year, the 49ers are great. The 49ers are a team to contend with out there. And that's after 10 very terrible years here. I expect the 49ers to push the Patriots off the map this year. Now you can go ahead and thumbs down. I talk football and I get myself into a world of trouble. I'm on the keto diet and it's unreal helping my diabetes. Wow, good for you. Good for you. You love your RN wife. Good for you, McFly. Haven't done anything for a while. Doctor's weaning me off this man. I'm gone. I hope you feel better, Nicole. I like green chili burritos. I like them. Taco Bell is authentic Mexican food. Actually, I've only eaten a Taco Bell. Hey, Goldie Con, I've only eaten a Taco Bell one time. And we had the sampler pack. We did a review. It was 12 in a pack. And I thought that they were pretty good. The one I thought was amazing was the one that they used the nacho Dorito and make a taco out of that. Now every time Missy Jen goes shopping, she sneaks to the Taco Bell there and brings home a bag. Taco Bell is gross. I think this Friday we're going to do a taco crawl. If it's not too cold outside, up on the Avenue of Love, the main street here through this hood, they have one of the top taco trucks in the United States. It's called El Roy. They also have El Favorito Taco, which is supposed to be one of the top 10 in America. And I think we'll just roll from one end to the other and just kind of do a live stream and do a taco crawl on Friday night. I think that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, D's out there running from tornadoes. Did you cook dinner tonight? Missy Jen did. Now we invite Marshall to have Sunday night dinner with us. It's a tradition here. Usually Bobby comes over. Bobby's been a little under the weather. But as Marshall has discovered, there's very little to eat in the house, and there's very little to eat in the neighborhood apart from Mexican food. He said tonight, where can I get a slice? I'm protein deficient. Where can I get a slice of pizza? I said, well, there's always the 7-Eleven, the $4.99 pizza special over there. So I think that might be interesting. Hey, Matronista, how are you doing, sweetheart? Let's see. Katie says, I made beef stew the other night with shredded beef. Hearty with shredded. My hubby said it looked like prison stew, but tasted good. Hey, Smooth, check out my video on my own beef stew. I've made it many times over the years on the channel. Well, you cooked for Keith Urban and Travis Tritt last night. Good for you, D. That's awesome. A real maple syrup. Man, I don't ever have maple syrup. Hey, Johnny Watt. Los Algodones Dental. Whoa, nice to see you. Johnny Watt in the house. We should have maple syrup. Yeah, the beef stew is good. You throw a can of tomato paste in there and all of a sudden it puts a new dimension. Is Marshall sitting in the yard? He's in the Shine Shack, I think. You made the scones. Aren't they easy to make, scones? Week 4, 49ers and New Orleans Saints. There you go, McFly. That is a marquee game of the season. Yeah. Also, I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers playing in Baltimore. That's always a big watched event because of the tremendous rivalry between the Steelers and the Ravens. Oh, shit. Nicole. I love a beef stew. So tonight, he does buy his own food, Brendan, but once a week we sit down at the table on a Sunday night and everybody's invited in. All your plastic bags will be gone I suspect he hasn't used a plastic bag in probably a year and a half. Yeah. Real maple syrup juice is expensive. It's expensive. We're trying to keep it upbeat and positive. He had a very nice chat tonight, I thought, which was good. Stayed right on target with what he wanted in the van. I'm focused on Halloween and getting some lights up this week. Missy Jen is doing really well, as you could see. She's happy every time I come back to the ranch, so it's wonderful to see her. You found a bottle here for real maple syrup for £3.50. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna get some. It's expensive here, Nicole. A little thing like this will cost you $9 to $12 out here. And I think it's funny, like the grade B is higher than the grade A. So you should snag that. If you find that stuff, hey, how you doing, Monique? Yeah, it's expensive for a small bottle. Oh, thank you, OKC. Yeah, I put the blonde on this morning. I'm not sure what I'll be for Halloween. Nicole will tell you it's always something in the horror line. Nicole, how many Halloweens have you endured? Oh, cool. We went to the Fisher building yesterday. Majestic, made all of marble, in and out by the brothers of Fisher Body. Fisher Body was amazing, the Fisher brothers. Yep. How about I just be a street hose, sugar cane? I love real maple syrup too. I used the last bit I made for Ice Tecker, and he's no fan of me now, but I made a maple cheesecake that was out of this world with that maple syrup. Man, that was good. Man, that was good. I can't wait to get that holiday wreath up again. Trick or treating is Marshall. There you go, Hot Frog. Yeah, I'm glad to be home, Brooke. I'm glad to be home for months now, basically, except for a little boondocking here and there. I got a really cool cape that fits me and a top hat with bones all around. I'm going to be a vampire. There you go. You be Wonder Woman. Yeah, I need one of those lift up highfalutin tops there, right? 8-ounce pure maple syrup, £7 here. It's not cheap. Yeah, he had a really good chat tonight. So I never tell other people how to run their chat, but little by little, I think he's very focused on the van build. Much love to you, Mayor. You and Fish, all the way up, all the way up. We know, yeah, we know what you got up on your chess sets, right? There it is. You mix the Halloween plus. No, I don't, Patricia. I like to keep things very, very segregated for holidays. Usually, like the weekend after Halloween, I'll take down the decorations. I'll leave them up for a day or two. I put everything on automatic timers. Then I'll take it down, and then I don't really like to put up anything for Christmas time until after Thanksgiving. That's when I like to, because that really gets me in the spirit. Put on your hillbilly outfit like you have on the bottom of the hangout for Halloween. There you go, McFly. Taking my 3 youngest grands trick or treat. Isn't that fun? Yeah, Sugarcane says, I read somewhere that mixing Christmas and Halloween decorations can cause demonic possession. Wow. Spoken like a true Southerner. Shake 'em tonight. That nightmare reef is going to be right there, front and center, Nicole. Learn to love it. Okay? Oh, you do your Christmas decorations on November 1st. That's cool. That's good. Hello, Famida. I love that. I love that wreath. I put a lot of time in that. I like to wait for Christmas decoration too, and not do so until after Thanksgiving. I agree. Sean's like, burn that effing thing. Sean. Sean has been traumatized by it. Yeah, maybe sometime we can sip sweet tea out on the lanai together. Well, I do declare, Sugar Cane, it is a mighty close night tonight. May I inquire, dear sir, as if you might have a hand fan that I might employ in my quest to further my comfort whilst in your esteemed company. Thank you, Colonel. Hey, Amy. Yeah, that reef is haunted. I do declare, sir, you do make me feel so warm. There's nothing like ladies of the South, and I'm glad to be a Southerner, and McFly will agree with me. Baltimore is a very Southern city. That wreath is a legend. I'm gonna get the box out tomorrow's Wednesday's decorating day. It came from the Mama Bear. That's right. Well, we only put down some macaroni for dinner tonight, and that was like a big disappointment. The first dinner with Marshall, the first Sunday, we laid down the rancho cut, the tri-tip with the baked potato and peas, and it was like woo. And then we had the big nosedive into macaroni. I don't know whether it was some kind of Stouffer's macaroni with beef or something like that. It was funny. That's it, Nicole. For Halloween, I'm dressing up as Colonel Sanders. Yeah, you certainly look like a McFly. You could. How you doing, Sarita? Tri-tip. That's when you know you're in NorCal. There you go, Juice. Skillet. You've enjoyed being with me on my travel, and we've thought about you quite a bit, Cheryl, too. It's gonna fall squad. Squad. I don't know. Was it good for a Sunday dinner? You'll be hearing Marshall will be rating George's turkey dogs. George takes his paw and he counts those dogs every day. How you doing, Deb? I think I missed your comment. I don't want to put this on slow mode. Let's see. Let me see. You need a good at the rancho to cook dinner. You need a good what? A good what, Deb? You need good cook. Yeah, I've never been much of an entree person. When D gets down here, he can cook up a storm. He can lay down his famous fish sticks. Hey, Juanita, how you doing? Tri-tip is a cut of meat. It's really good. It's really delicious. Yeah, D had a nice stream tonight. We listened to it during dinner. Can't you just hang a sandwich, make him chase you for like 300 miles? Well, we're hospitable people. We like to do that. I'm not cooking for Marshall if that's a priority. I'm not. I'd like to have some of Nicole's cooking for sure. When my member, I'll see if I can get up there. That'd be cool, Monique. I hope that you and Dee are able to meet up. I'm not sure what part, the tasty part of the cow. Hi, Rosie. You're quite lively and funny. You were quiet. Oh, I'm always quiet. I'm respectful of other people's chats when I go in. Yeah, the tri-tip, Jen usually cuts off it has a little bit of fat on the bottom of it. And she likes to trim that off and then marinate it overnight. Oh, stuffed pork chops. Ooh, you got a Sichuan recipe book. That's cool. I'll be doing some cooking on the Sundays. I like to make a good chili with skillet cornbread. D's fucked up. Yeah, that would be cool. So I passed. Darn, doesn't look like an RV chat. No, I like to have an open chat. We can talk about the van build if you want. That's topical here, but there's other things that go on here. Yeah, I got the couple of blue is my color. Thank you, Cinnamon. For some reason, it makes my eyes look blue. I don't know. Do you make curry? I've never been much on the curry. I'll eat curry, but I'll tell you what. I make a great beef stew. I make a great Brunswick stew. I make a really good chili con carne, and I like to have that with skillet cornbread. That stuff is delicious. Let's talk about how everyone misses D. I do miss you, D. I miss you. Line Screw. Good evening from Lachlan. There's my wonderful friend Line Screw, who put together such a wonderful meetup for us in Las Vegas. Thank you again, Line Screw. A million thanks to you for your hospitality and everything. That was great. Julie says, I love Rosie and her green Santa Rosa Junior College tank. Looks like a sorority girl. How about my Aladdin security shirt that Mr. Z gave me? Isn't that amazing? Yeah, Joey D says, Rosie makes a great meatball. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, meeting Line Screw is great. I'll bring you some good Iowa meat when I visit. You're always welcome here, Deb. I would be honored to see you on the rancho. Oh, thank you, Cinnamon. Your eyes light up like a silver blue. Yeah, they really do pop. Yeah, Line Screw is a handsome guy, and he's a consummate host too. We didn't just meet. He had some adventure in gambling for us to do too. You know, he had put a lot of thought into not just standing around with a drink, but he put a lot of thought into stuff. And if you want to see Line Screw on the Rancho, go back and just put Line Screw 1 into my search box, and you can see when he visited the Rancho. Oh, Mr. Z intended that shirt for me and he gave it to me. Yeah, those shirts are real collector's items. Let's see. Nicole says, by the time I did look, I enjoyed seeing Elvis talk to a security guard at a job. Between Marshall and Mark Handler and Elvis, we had like 70 years of combined security experience. Did you all chooch whom? No, we didn't chooch with Line Screw. No, you're quite handsome, Line Screw. And you're a lot of fun too. I'm surprised you're not, the ladies aren't falling all over you. Maybe they are, so. Yeah, with that badge. That was just a show badge. He was keeping that. Line Screw was the first guest to pee in the guest house shower. Isn't that cool? Who made you feel safer? I don't know. What's up, Marshall? No, I don't want your donation to come up, D. All we're going to do is bat money back and forth. I don't have Streamlabs on this.
What's up with this 12-volt fan back here?
What 12 volt?
I bought one of these and they're not any good.
Oh, I did. Patricia Wakefield. This saved this was the difference between me making it and not being in a hotel room. Yeah. And I have a whole set of these. These are fantastic.
Yeah, I bought that at Walmart, and it's very weak compared to the one that you get at, say, a truck stop. They have one that a truck stop.
Yeah, but I don't want a high breeze. I'll get an earache or something like that. But that thing is fantastic.
The nice thing about that is it has a nice attachment. It's a very abrasive attachment. If you put it on wood, it'll eat.
Are you going to take Marshall to Tommy's joint in San Francisco? I think he would enjoy that. He would probably not like the amount of food that they put down there, but it's a real San Francisco eating experience. Let's see.
Yeah,
everybody said hi, Elvis.
I had a quick question for you before I forget, Rosie, because I forget things. When you're putting these videos up on YouTube, there's different categories.
Right.
Travel events, people and blogs. Do you ever change that category?
I did. Really? I changed it in 2019 in May. I put that to travel and events.
So before, were you on people and blogs?
I was on entertainment.
Entertainment, okay. So I don't know if that matters, putting that category when you're making content on YouTube. If you're depending on what you're doing. I'm not sure where the RV community falls underneath. Do you ever change those titles or change the category?
I did. Everything I do now comes under travel and adventures now.
Travel and events?
Yep. travel and
But
events.
so is the RV community fall more under people and blogs or travel?
Travels, I think, are good categories. Hey, Faces, how are you?
Okay.
Cinnamon says hi,
Yeah.
Elvis. Let's see. I love how I can't do a high-powered fan. Take care, D. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I bought that fan and it was way too weak for me. I had to return it, and they sell something at the truck stops. I think it's made by Road Pro, and it doesn't have. It's a much better, much stronger
Okay,
than that.
pineapple.
I didn't. I thought that was too weak.
Let's see. Did Elvis get into it with Mr. Z? No. I mean, Mr. Z show right here.
Oh, I didn't get into it with anybody. I got along great with everybody. Line Screw, Mark Handler, Mr.
Look
Z.
at what Mr. Z's family made for
Yeah.
Marshall in colors here that match the Lisa Marie on there. And he
Yeah.
also gave you this Pfizer. Mark Martin used to drive for Pfizer, and they called it the Viagra car.
Really?
He got that
Let
for
me take
you.
a look at that.
And then he got you some of his patches. He thought you might like to.
Are those Velcro?
No, these aren't Velcro. These are real Aladdin security and some other things.
Well, you know what? I could put that on my leather vest.
I know. He put a real package together for
That's
you.
That's pretty cool.
Here.
That's pretty. I want to thank Mr. Z.
Yeah, you got to thank Mr. Z.
And this is the Viagra car.
Look at that. Yeah, Mark Martin in the. Isn't that cool? That beautiful.
There's
Mr.
the Viagra
Z's.
car here.
Yeah, look at that.
That's pretty
Isn't
cool.
that cool?
There's the Viagra car. Well,
Mr. Z is an amazing. His family is amazing.
yeah,
His
Mr. Z is
crew.
cool.
Yeah.
Everybody that, everybody that I've met through.
I'm taking one of your lollipops.
Everybody on YouTube that meets in person is.
It's a lot of work. I hope he appreciates the work that went into that too.
Yeah. Everybody, for the most part, that we meet on YouTube, for the most part, in person, is positive. There's been some bad things that have happened in the past, but, you know.
When are you inviting Mr. Dirty to the rancho? Ooh. Mr. Dirty. Mr. Dirty's he's a different kind of guy, that's for sure. You do drink a big drink. I've noticed that when it comes to coffee, but he'll drink it for hours.
Yeah,
hours.
I like caffeine. Caffeine gets you pepped up. It gets you pepped up. It gets you energized. For the morning time, it's a good aid for digestion. It's a good aid for energy. So it's always good to pep you up with a little bit of caffeine. I don't need the Bud Light. But you take tea and coffee, like I said, it aids in digestion.
Oh, there you go, Julie. Your soldier just sent you a picture. He looks so handsome. That's awesome. That is great. So, yeah, Wednesday I'm targeting for decorating day here on the rancho. So I'm going to break out the lights and get the decorations up, and I can't wait to show that off. We'll try to go out and get some new things too. I do like to put up a ton of lights here. And then I complain about the electric bill in the month of November.
One thing I grew up in the holidays that I miss that my family used to do, I never liked the fake Christmas trees. I like the real Christmas tree where you smell the smell of it and you keep it water at the bottom, and it just gives the smell of that holiday spirit. A lot of people aren't doing that anymore. It's really a whole process and drag to get a real Christmas tree.
Yeah, the first year Jen came here and we put up a real Christmas tree. I remember she came around the corner into the room and saw the lights and all the chooches on the tree, and she started crying. I said, "Why are you crying?" She said, "I've not had a real Christmas tree,
years, yeah.
Real smell of pine in here and everything." And she started crying. I don't know, the electric bill juice. In January, Jen has to sit me down in a seat when she opens the power bill. When it comes, yeah, LEDs, but they don't photograph well, Johnny. Why? They look terrible on video. They looked awful. Yeah, she's a doll, and she was really taken aback by the beauty of the tree and everything. So I was happy for her. Mm-mm. Oh, your Serena is allergic to real trees. Wow. Yeah. I'm allergic to a lot of things. I didn't have any problem when I was in Nevada, and then I come back here and I start to get the allergies hitting me again. Mm. LEDs harm the eyes. Elvis can dig a vegetable garden for you. He would lose weight. He's already losing weight. There's nothing to eat.
Yeah, golly, last night I slept. I didn't even eat anything. I was starving. I woke up this morning. I had oatmeal last night because that's all I had left. And you start to realize here, besides a couple of cans of sardines and
George's hot dogs.
George's turkey franks, there's not much to eat around at the rancho. Jen's got her frozen meals, and Rosie survives on bacon muffins in the morning and coffee and popcorn and ramen noodle soup.
Yeah, by the time
There's not much to eat around
by
here.
the time Marshall leaves the rancho, we'll be back in WWE.
I've literally been starving to death here on the rancho.
What did I tell you when he asked where can you get a slice of pizza? Where did I recommend?
Well,
The 7-Eleven.
the 7-Eleven. I mean, with Rosie, you would think. Look, we've seen Rosie bake, and it's one thing.
Hey,
baking,
forever friend.
It's one thing baking a muffin, but let me tell you something. You know, when you have a home and you have a kitchen, a full-service kitchen, an oven, and everything like that, I mean, you have so much room to cook. You have a nice. Rosie really doesn't even have a nice pan in here. She's got this little pan. I don't know. It's probably a Copper Chef from 20 years ago or something. And I can barely make an omelet in there without sticking. She doesn't even have a. I thought she'd have a nice pan that's nonstick that I could
don't
cook
have
something.
shit around here, man. You know.
But Rosie doesn't. I mean, she might do this bacon for you guys, and I'm impressed with the bacon because she is a great baker. And I'm sure she could cook.
What's up,
if she wanted,
Norbecker? How you doing?
But Rosie doesn't cook much. She doesn't eat much. And when we see her Friday night foodies and the baking, that's something that's it's not an everyday thing here on the rancho. I mean, I don't know why Rosie doesn't make salads. I don't really see her making salads.
I actually eat salad every night.
I don't see her
during the
having
week,
a lot
yeah.
of fruit. I see her eating a lot of ramen noodle. Noodle.
Now the truth can be told.
But, you know, heck, I mean, you know, I like to cook. I have a propane stove. I do need a nice pan. I need a nice nonstick pan. And I can do some cooking in a nice nonstick pan out there on my propane stove.
We like to use a skillet here, a big cast iron skillet.
Yeah. But, you know, Rosie doesn't cook much. She doesn't eat much. I mean, she's happy with her ramen noodle and just some popcorn and coffee and a couple of cold beers, and she's done. I mean, she doesn't make an elaborate Middle Eastern salad.
Yeah, you need to send me some meals ready to eat, McFly.
She doesn't. Yeah, I thought that maybe Rosie would. I've seen her rarely cook. I've seen her cook up a pot roast one time and a lasagna, but Rosie doesn't. Yeah, that's what surprised me about her. And Rosie, like I said, she doesn't watch TV. I've never seen her or Jen turn the TV on.
Nope.
They got like 4 or 5 computers in here, and they're stuck on YouTube. And there's no TV. There's not even USA Network to watch Monday Night Raw. I can't even watch Monday Night Raw on here. So when
Marshall,
you come to the
it's like being in a prison complex.
yeah,
here,
when you come to the rancho, just know
bring your own food.
bring your own food. There's no cable TV, and in the Shine Shack, and I'm not sleeping in the Shine Shack. There's just an air mattress in there. I thought there'd be a mattress, but I got a better mattress than Lisa Marie. There's not much. I mean,
Oh
I
man.
do give her credit. She did make a nice little shower in there, which I'm not. Again, I kind of agree with Narcy. I think she should have a handheld shower because the water just reaches the upper part of your chest. It's hard to get it to your whole body. And the shower curtain, it's a little bit claustrophobic feeling. So if Rosie would work to put a frosted shower door there, I think it would greatly improve that shower. I mean, there's some things. Rosie knows that I'm a critic of RVs. I'm a critic of a lot of things, and I just like to put my 2 cents in. She could improve things a little bit here on the rancho, little things here and there. I mean, have a better pan for cooking. It's kind of hard to cook on cast iron. Have a frosted shower door. Have a handheld shower. Maybe put a little box and mattress over there for a guest, not for me, but for somebody else that comes over here. Maybe have a little more channels on cable TV. I mean, there's not. It'd be. I mean, it.
This is a prison industrial complex.
I mean, it's. And there is.
Marshall doesn't even open the refrigerator anymore.
And she gave me the hot plate, which is the electric stove. Those are terrible. It's not. It's barely even working now. I had one of those, and I'm going to throw in. They're garbage. They don't work good. They don't work well unless you get a good quality one that has a skillet built in, like with the heating element.
Oh man, yeah.
But the thing is that I think that the highlight of this property is the back of the property. It's a huge property that there's a lot of versatility to that.
Yeah, there we go, Joe. I'll end up at the
but
Chinese dentist again. I do well in a cast iron. I do have a wok. It's just like
I'm just
Jen
surprised.
and I have been so used to just our own. Like I said, we eat to live. We don't live to eat. So we're just, I tend to have a salad. I might have some corn on the cob, and then maybe a little bit of ramen noodle with that. And I'm getting a lot of nutrition from the salad and things. And that's like my basic daily.
like Jen
the boss
has
has been trying to pull me off of that for years.
Jen has her own diet, and Rosie has.
Yeah.
Rosie doesn't have much of a diet. I mean, popcorn and ramen noodle soup and pre-made salad is much of that. I thought as much as she likes Asian food, she'd have her walk out there. She'd have all her Asian ingredients. She'd be cooking up an Asian food storm, and she doesn't. And that's what really surprised me because Rosie, as you guys know, was she lived in China for years, and her ex-wife is Asian and all that. So, yeah, I'm surprised that she doesn't cook up Asian food. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I just
You're just seeing how we live here. I mean, it's just like very simply just enough to get some food in, and meals are 5 minutes or so, and then they're done. Now, if we were to ask Marshall to cook, it would take 3 hours to get the meal down. If you saw Marshall at his sister Janet's years ago when he was in there cooking, he didn't even start cooking till like 9 p.m. at night, and 3 hours later, he's finally getting the meal. He did everything so slow, dicing. And his sister came in and screamed, "Hey, this place smells like a packing kitchen."
Well, like I said,
he's trying not to laugh, but he remembers that.
Yeah. That's like I said. That's what really shocks me about Rosie. That I think she should be using her wok more and making more Asian meals because wok cooking is pretty fast and easy. There's not much to it. I mean.
Oh, thank you, Michelle Rivera. Appreciate that, honey. Thank you very much. Woo! Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, that's what surprises me. But there's a lot of things. You see Rosie on camera, you see Rosie O'Kelly, but when you meet her in person and you get to know her, and you just get to know how she lives her life, how she travels, what her routine is. You just get to know her likes, her dislikes, how she lives her life, and some things just kind of surprise me because about Rosie, but
I think that Jen and I have just kind of lived like two bachelors here. Neither of us has much interest in cooking. I have a tremendous interest in baking,
Big, yeah.
and other than that, I don't have a lot of time or inclination to do a lot of cooking. I'll just grab something and eat it as long as I'm filled up. I don't care.
Yep.
Now I don't know what you were doing. You were going out and eating and finding things in your area. I mean, you didn't do a lot of cooking in your van and stuff. So let's see.
I've done. I've made shawarma. I've made soup. I've made all kinds of salads. Uh, and there's a lot of recipes out there. But like I said, Rosie is a very simple person. She's, you know, ramen noodle soup will make her
I've tried to
happy.
tell people I live a very simple, almost monastic life, like a monk
Right.
would live, with a bowl of gruel.
Rosie reminds me of. You remind me of an Assyrian guy that was a landlord that we had, right? And oh, listen to this.
And you said you made a lot of nasty shit in Arkansas.
There was
Yes, he did.
there was an Assyrian guy that has my same name, Zaya.
Hey, there's Line Screw there. Hey, that's what
Hey,
we
Line
were
Screw,
talking
what's
about that
up?
tonight, Line Screw. He was talking about how you were
Air fryer.
air
Yeah,
fryer.
you're
That's
saying
really
that's pretty
cool.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say, Rosie reminds me of there was an Assyrian guy that was a landlord. He was kind of like our distant cousin, and he had similarities with Rosie. I'll tell you the similarities. Now, he was much, much more frugal than Rosie, okay? He would work at a hospital and he would steal apples and oranges out of the hospital,
Nice.
right? And he had a wife that was Asian, like Rosie, and the wife passed away. But what was similar about him and Rosie was that he would wear the same shirt and pants, right, every day, but he'd have like 30 or 40 different pairs of the same shirt and pants. Now, when you see Rosie, she pretty much wears the same thing every day. It's the same shorts, it's the same little low-cut socks and Skechers tennis shoes and the hoodies. And you probably think to yourself, man, she probably got her wardrobe out of the local Goodwill. Or maybe
you wonder why I call myself third gender, right? I'm not
exactly
either or. I'm perfectly cast in my category.
Right.
You know?
So basically, you think to yourself, does Rosie wear the same clothes every day, or does she just have the same of everything? And then and then you just kind of realize that, hey, yeah, she doesn't. When you say third gender,
Hi,
Rosie,
John.
she doesn't dress like a woman. She doesn't dress like a man. She doesn't even dress like a transgender. She.
That's why I said I recognize I'm a different breed.
She's not a transgender girly girl, and
that's Missy Jen's category.
Yeah, she's like
tomboy.
Yeah, she's like I mean, it is what it is. Rosie, with the transition that Rosie did, I look at Rosie like this. I don't look at Rosie as a gender. I don't categorize Rosie as a gender. I look at Rosie.
Welcome back.
I look at Rosie as a person. Okay? Rosie is a person. There's a soul behind this person. Okay? Doesn't matter if Rosie has boobs or a wig or whatever the deal is. Rosie is a person. And I think essentially who Rosie is, even with this transition, her mind is still her mind. I don't care what she does to her body or what she does.
Everybody would.
But we're talking about the mind of this person here. Now, has Rosie's mind changed over the years? Is Rosie still the same person she was 20 years ago? I think physically she's changed. You know what I'm saying? With the wig and all this.
It's all the same up here.
But
right?
up here, which up here, what matters up here is this brain here.
Thank you, Matronista.
I think this is the same Rosie since 20 years ago. Nothing's changed up here. And that's the funny thing is that
But I'll ask you
yeah.
this, and I'll ask the chat. Do you guys not agree? Now, honestly, some of you have watched me for 6+ years on YouTube. Am I not consistently one of the happiest and satisfied people in life? I never have the big emotional ups and downs of a lot of other trans gals that you see. There may be something to my approach, Marshall, in terms of being happy and in terms of being upbeat basically every single day, year in and year out, for almost coming up on 7 years on YouTube. I think there's something, hey Coop, there's something to be said for that. There's something there. Maybe they could take
That's
a lesson from that. To
I've never
me,
met
that I don't lose part of myself because I want to be something else, you know?
yeah, the interesting thing about Rosie,
Yeah, there
I've
you go, Julie.
I've met a lot of transgender people in my life. I've
Thank you,
talked to a
Hot
lot
Prog.
of them. But the interesting thing about Rosie that differs her between any other transgender person I ever met is that she transitioned to being transgender, but she really never lost being herself.
Thank you, Roxy.
That's what sets
Yeah.
Rosie apart from
I'm
any
not.
other. She just because she's transitioned
Yeah, I don't get
into
up and think I have to be this way
right,
or be that way. I satisfied myself to get to a point where
right,
I don't go crazy looking in a mirror,
right,
and then I just continue to be myself. And I really think that's a key to happiness. If you model yourself after some model of what a trans gal is
right.
supposed to be, there's a good chance you may not be as happy as I am on the daily,
I mean,
you
I
know?
mean that's what's unique about her is that she
I hate the rain.
is that the transition of
Thank you,
being
McFly.
transgender. It hasn't taken over her life really that much. It's such a small thing.
It
It's
is.
not big like when other transgenders do it, you know, they want to go all the way. I mean, they want to get the surgery and they want to look like a woman and sound like. I mean, they really get into it. And this, whatever Rosie wants to call it, gender dysphoria or whatever the
Yeah.
term for it is, it's a very mild.
Hey,
Uh,
Saren.
Rosie's taken a pretty mild approach on it. In other words, she doesn't let it just take over her life and let her stop her being who she is and what
Yeah.
she's
Oh, no problem, Pineapple. We're good. It's an
so
interesting conversation in a lot of ways. And,
in other words, she's always Rosie will always be
hey, Ron.
Rosie who she was. Has she modified and changed some things? Yeah, but she hasn't let this transgender thing take over her life.
No, it hasn't.
And I'm not trying. When I
No,
told
I
you,
understand what you're saying. It's
yeah,
unusual because I
no,
just don't live to the model every day out
exactly.
there and and do that. And that's a good
But
observation.
I think Rosie is just. I just like that she's genuine and that she's herself. She doesn't have to tell people, "Hey, man, I'm where I'm living my life as a woman, or I'm a woman, or whatever." She's just true about herself. She is who she
Thank
is. You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Angel.
And that's what I like about her. She's true. She doesn't live this fantasy
It's a
world, and
genuine life.
it's just a genuine
Yeah.
life. I mean, it. You know.
But brother, I can bring the heat when I want to.
I mean,
How about at the Las Vegas Lounge? I was pretty
yeah.
pretty smacked up that night.
You were pretty smacked up that night, exactly. And with Rosie, with these hormones that she has
Thank
been
you.
taking, I've noticed that Rosie's, her legs, her butt area, it's more filled out. She's more proportioned. Plus, she walks a lot. So,
Yeah, it's
in
nice.
in a dress, her legs look good because she's very active.
Let's see. Patricia
So,
said, did the FBI job you were offered after you went to China, did they want you to be an undercover? No, no. That was just, I'd applied to the FBI Academy, and unfortunately, or fortunately maybe, I'd already secured employment in Hong Kong by the time that they wrote me the letter and said, "Hey, congratulations! See, you've been accepted into Quantico for FBI training." Well, sorry, I'm already earning twice as much as a top FBI FBI field agent there in Hong Kong. So there was no there was no way I could go back to that. Excuse me. I'd also applied for CIA, and we went down to Langley, Virginia, and we were all put up in a hotel down there, and that was very interesting. You had a pre-test; it was like cocktail party knowledge of history and things like that. Then they went into a first battery of testing. I did great. Then they had a lie detector session, and they put on "Are you gay or do you have any homosexual or other sexual tendencies?" And I answered no, and that needle went ripping on. That needle went whipping on that paper.
Really?
The guy said, "I think we're done here today."
Really?
They said you can pick up a voucher for your per diem at the door and have a
job
good
was
trip
that? What
back.
job
That
was
was
that?
to go into the CIA. CIA.
So are they
All the
against?
college
Are they
campuses.
against
All the
somebody
college campuses always had signs hanging up. Join. Would you like to be part of CIA? I thought that's pretty cool. Be part of CIA. Yeah, this was 1980. This was like 1988, 1989, Marshall. This was a different kind of era.
Oh, you mean they
Back
weren't?
then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they.
McFly. The
Yeah,
needle
there
flew
were
off.
no.
I couldn't quite tell what my problem was yet, but that needle was a whipping.
And back then, LGBT had no right in the workforce, right? Back in
Yeah.
back in 1980, they had no right? Or there was no
Well, I
rights
don't know. It was just a different. But things always turn out pretty good. Let's see. So I mean, that's a very dangerous, because when you start out at those agencies, you're always going to start in the worst postings. In other words, they're going to put you in Chad or some
Yeah.
shithole somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So, did you write Yosemite? That's real old stuff on here. Let's see. Yeah, the needle stuck in. Yeah, they think homosexuals can be blackmailed easily. Exactly. And at that time, there wasn't there wasn't a feeling of the things that they are today. So it was interesting. But luckily, I didn't get too deep. I don't know if I would have enjoyed that anyway. Same thing with the FBI. They're going to stick you in Baltimore or Detroit, Washington, D. They're going to stick you in the lowest place, and then you work your way. Yeah, they're going to stick you out to the lowest area and the worst duty. So
I think for just my suggestion for the new year coming up, 2020. If you ever do the Rosie like open panel show, you should have like a separate phone number, like a Google phone number that you give out to people that they can call you, and you'll have open lines like a radio program.
I don't really think I'm going to have panels again, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Just by the simple fact that I did it too many years.
You're burned out on it.
I got burned out on it. And I thought you could either turn into a real crappy host, or you could just change up the script. And honestly, since I went solo, people have been kind enough to still show up and hang out. We still have a lot of fun here on that, and I think a lot of people miss it. What I should do, like D had invited me on those. I think I have to start taking some more panel invites. Invites from people to get up on, and you should too, to get up on.
The only one that I would go on to is Mallory Williams. I think she's entertaining. I like her content. I've been on her panel before. There's a couple of times that I've been attacked on her panel by a couple of people. That I'm not going to mention, but
yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I think if Mallory, I enjoy going on with Melton John and her and a couple other people, but you know, there's been some criticism I've had.
Yeah,
There's
he
been a,
wasn't even sub to me, you know.
but I think that people want
Actually, he said he unsubbed everybody. Period.
the bottom line with panels. Every person, for the most part, I'm saying majority part, every person that wants Elvis Travels or
Nicole.
Rosie O'Kelly on a panel is for the purpose to build their channel. Because every person that's ever talked about me or made videos about me or I've been on panels, they've gained 1,000 subscribers or more, including Mallory Williams. She's gained just 1,000 subs just by talking about me and getting on my side. And that's how it is. They just want to build their channel, every person. And I look at it this way. What do I get out of building somebody else's channel? What does Elvis Travels get out of it from a business perspective? What do I get out of it? What do I get out of endorsing somebody, giving them a shout out, or going on their panel just to build their channel? That's it's all about channel building.
Well, I take a different tact. I like to see people succeed on YouTube. And let me just finish.
yeah.
Let me just finish.
Yeah, sure.
So when Mallory back in May, when she burst upon the scene again, she
Right.
made a true statement that all roads lead through Elvis and Rosie in the community, and I was
Right.
happy to, I was happy to help Mallory get her thing going, get her
Right.
recognition. And the same thing with Dee when Dee came along and said, can we chooch together? And Dee gained whatever 800 subs. I was proud, but you know what? The person had to be good to hold that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had to have something on the ball.
Right.
And you can have, and I enjoy helping people, and seeing
Right.
people succeed. That's so. I never had the feeling like, and my channel is squat. I'm just saying, I never
Right.
had the feeling like I'm not gonna shout out people or something like that.
The thing with there's been a lot of people, like I said, that have built their
Yeah,
channels.
Mallory brought people. Exactly, Mallory. Yeah, I like the cross. It's exactly right. I like the cross connection, Goldie. She brings people to me. I bring people to her. Dee brings people. Exactly. It's
I
like
think,
if it's fun, do it.
I think I used to enjoy Amanda May doing a chat. She used to have some pretty fun chats.
Pippi's great. Yeah.
And Mallory, I think she's entertaining. I think she runs a good chat if she has decent people on there. There's been a couple of times I was viciously attacked. So if she could kind of correct that, I would go back on her panel. I find that she's entertaining. I find that she's funny, and I like her chat.
Let me answer this question. Do you think I'm back, Rosie? Don't you think that's a discriminatory line of questioning from the lie detector people? You have to recognize.
1980.
Yeah. It was the late '80s and early 90s in there, and it was just a different kind of era.
Yeah.
Today they wouldn't do that. Today that wouldn't fly. That line of questioning on that, because at that point in time I had not really come to grips with my own what I was fighting inside of me. The things the forces that were fighting inside of me that I had been battling.
So, Rosie, since you brought this thing about panel invites, I don't think Rosie's. It seems like at this point in time, Rosie's not gonna. We got too many things going on here at Rancho and Vanville and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm traveling.
She's traveling, but what I'm saying is, Rosie said she might accept some panel invites from people. The only one that I would go on that I like, that I find entertaining, and I like going on there is Mallory Williams. Whose panels would you go on if they invite you?
I'd go on Dee's panel. I'd
D
go on
Dubs Travels, Nicole G.
They
How
would
about
be
So Fugget Corey?
I don't. She doesn't do them frequently enough.
Right.
I mean, that would be interesting.
Who else would you go on?
To be on her.
Who else
I
would you go on?
I do enjoy Vinny G when he's having his chats. I always feel a good kid. I felt sad for Vinny G the last couple nights, but I feel a special bond with Vinny G. Don't ask me why, but
Right,
I enjoy him. Those are the principal ones that I would go on.
right.
Do you have a record, Rosie? Nothing worth bragging about. Do I have a record?
What about Mallory's? Would you go on Mallory's?
Yeah, I'd probably go on Mallory's. Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't enjoy. I'm going to be honest. I mean, and I'm glad Mallory's doing her own thing. And she says the
Right.
same thing about me that she doesn't enjoy the ghetto, the chooching the
Hey, that's
streets.
her
Or,
opinion.
well, that's what. And well, let me finish.
Right,
And I don't hold that against Mallory. I give her. It's why we have such variety on here.
right,
And she doesn't get the whole third gender thing, and I don't owe it to anybody to. You have to live it to experience it,
right,
and I'm not. I'm not really. I don't like to go on panels where we're talking about people in the community. I feel
right,
like my own life is interesting enough, and the own stuff that I'm doing with travel and now the van and all the other things I bring. I'm not a nosy person. I just don't enjoy talking about other people on,
right,
and I avoid that like the plague, as you guys know, on my channel. I don't need to talk drama to bring people into my chat, to bring the numbers in.
right.
People show up to have a laugh and to have a good time, to hear the old Clippers fight song and laugh. I like that. I'm proud of that. That I don't have to. I don't have to do that. In other words, if I'm not talking about, uh, a lot of channels you watch, if they're not talking about drama, it's crickets. The people don't show up.
Right.
Luckily, the people show up here because they know they're going to have a laugh and they're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. Um, Yeah, actually, I think Mallory enjoys Marshall. Keep the most hated. I don't think he's. I think
I've
people don't let go, Nicole. That's my
I've had a
situation.
good I've had a
There's
good
a point where, after a whole summer of June, July, August, September, doing some of the most epic travel in a short period of time, where this is 2019. It's not 2015, 16, 17, and there just comes a point where some people will move forward and some people won't, and that's fine. I don't hold it against. There just comes a point where you either move on or you don't, and I'm a person that just chooses to move on and and hope for better days ahead. And I've not been disappointed one bit. This summer's been epic. But then again, I'm never going to tell anybody how to run their channel. I don't do
right.
that. So um, I hope, yeah, but I don't put any conditions out there anymore on it. I just make sure that I'm putting positive stuff out there every day, and having a good time. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to pursue this van build to the best of my ability with the limited amount of funds that are there.
I
But
think
I'm
as
also going to hopefully see Marshall enjoy more of a family type of atmosphere with the holidays and Christmas trees and Halloween decorations, something he's not experienced in I don't know how many years. How many years?
I've spent the last 4 years.
No, it's not my responsibility to
I
take him
spent
to the doctor,
Thanksgiving.
Nicole.
I spent Thanksgiving with what did Nicole say?
She said, have you taken him to the doctor yet? Or is he just going to keep getting sicker and sicker?
I the last 4 years I spent Thanksgiving with my family. That was my holiday. But I haven't spent the last 4 years Christmas. I've been out on the road in Florida. I haven't really had a real Christmas
Yeah.
the past 4 years. So, but um,
Yeah, it's just the camera here. The
yeah.
white balance on the thing is a little. Let me see if I can adjust that for a second. It's just the white balance on here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Let me see what I can do here.
So hard to read that. It's so small.
There we go.
No.
Okay, that looks. Let's see. That looks a bit better on there. It's not. Let me see, default setting. Let's check the white balance here. I don't usually fiddle with this thing. I think that looks a little better. Apply. Does that look a little better color-wise? I think that looks better.
I think it's time for Rosa to get a new camera.
No, this is the
It's
Logitech Brio. It's supposed to be the latest and the greatest on here. So,
okay,
there we go.
A lot of settings on there.
Yep.
Yeah. Nicole is. I remember she was one of the first ones that ever comes on when you have a panel. She's like the first one, Johnny on the spot. In fact, for many years, I couldn't get onto Rosie's panel because Nicole would hop on first and she had me blocked, and that blocked me for years to get her on the panel. She was like Johnny on the spot, and if she got in, then I knew I wouldn't be getting in that night.
Let's talk about street tacos. I'll tell you, I do miss. I told you a couple days that I would be missing the Mexican food down there.
Well, there's a lot of it over here.
There's a ton of it. There's a ton of it. You win, you Baltimore Clippers.
Rosie has always put these tacos up in Santa Rosa here. She's held them to very high regard.
Well, if I can get a $1.50 taco here and have you try it and compare it to Los Algodones and Tijuana,
that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. I thought Friday night we could do a taco crawl up and check it out.
Yeah, that would be good to do a food review of each individual place because there's a lot of Mexicans over here.
Let's see, Rosie, you have an issue with how Marshall celebrates his Christmas. I'm not quite sure what that means. Take it out on, I don't think we want to fake Elvis in here, so.
Oh, the fake Elvis? Okay.
Unless you're secretly typing or something.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Did not fit in here anymore. Bye-bye. Take care, Biker Aussie. Have a good one. Let's see. Let's see, Rosie. Elvis wanted more cooking. How about your cooking lessons this week for him? I'm not really a cook, to tell you the truth, Patricia.
He's a baker.
Yeah, I'm more into baking than cooking. To me, it takes time to do a meal. Man, what is wrong with this can tonight?
Is the color changing?
It's just weird. Let's see.
You kind of look white and washed out.
I don't know. It's just weird. I'm just going to put it on.
That's
see what
better.
happens. Default. It still looks kind of yellow.
It still looks well.
Let me turn this. Let's turn the saturation down. That looks more normal right there. There we go. Let's apply that. Apply. Okay, I think that looks a little better in there.
Right.
You know, these new bulbs and things, the best were the incandescents, and now you can't even find them anymore. Potential loss. Yeah, I don't know if I want to take the time to, I'm not sure if I want to take the time to just take my, to take the time to do that on a nightly basis. I don't derive enough enjoyment. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's.
You either like to, if you don't have to, like, why would you? Right?
Cooking can be fun.
Missy.
Cooking can be fun if you enjoy making.
Thank you, Christina.
If you enjoy making what you're cooking,
thank you.
It is a lot of work because it's a lot of preparation. It's a lot of cleaning. And Rosie has this idea. She's like many Americans. It's a quick. Let's have a quick fix. Let's stop at McDonald's and get some chicken nuggets, and her quick fix is a ramen noodle. I mean, she has that, and that's how most Americans are. So, will she go out of her way to bake something? Yeah, because she enjoys that. But will she throw down some smothered pork chops and mash and gravy? No, she's not going to do that. All she's going to do is take some hot water and boil some ramen, and she's done.
So disappointing, right, Marshall? So, you had high expectations.
Yeah, I thought that Rosie would be cooking up a storm, but she likes to, like many Americans. Let's get that quick fix. Let's go. Let's get that ramen noodle soup or that McChicken, and I'm done for the day.
That's it, man. As long as I got
No,
something
I
in the
spend more
old...
time making tea than coffee. She'll just go to
Yep.
7-Eleven and pick something up,
Yep.
or she likes a quick fix, like many Americans.
As long as I got something down the old Gulliver every day.
When she's cooked lasagna, it's pretty cool, and she cooks some pot roast. But you might see her cooking once a month if you're lucky. I mean, that's what surprises me about her. She doesn't cook.
Let's see. Errol said, Rosie, do not opine. I don't know, on how Marshall, how he don't even make sense, Emil. Talk to me like I'm a fifth grader, Emil. That'll work. Okay. Let's see. Katie said, I went to Popeyes tonight so I don't have to cook after my prison stew. It's, oh my goodness. Was that the shredded beef? How you doing, Missy? No, I mean, he's discovered that I don't really do a lot of cooking and stuff.
There's a lot of baking recipes that Rosie could make that are involved in the oven. She could make roast beef in the oven. She's gonna play with the camera again.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with the. Yeah, I'm just curious.
Oh,
Keep talking
okay.
now,
No,
Marshall.
but
You're very captivating.
yeah,
to
what
the
I'm
audience.
saying is that there's a lot of things that Rosie that could bake in the oven. Potatoes au gratin is one of the things. She can make meatloaf. She can make roast beef. She can make baked fish. There's an Assyrian dish that has tomatoes, potatoes, and ground beef.
Musgoof. Musgoof.
She can make the masgoof recipe in the oven. There's a lot of recipes she can make that are in the oven. Baking, and but that's the thing with Rosie. So
Well, he does. He does. Yeah. There you go, Nicole. He does. He does do. He cooks his own food up, and weekends though are a little special. Sunday, we do like to put down something for dinner. Invite Marshall to dine. Generally, he just sustains himself with his own food and things. So he's not had the use of wheels. I mean, he can take the rig out to and from wherever he wants. You haven't really spent any time getting the lay of Santa Rosa or anything.
no,
yet,
I
so-
really haven't. I've just been
He's
kind of
very focused on the build.
I'm very focused on the bill. I'm just trying to stay simple and but like I said,
Bushala.
uh,
Opiami makes bushala. It's delicious. There we go.
Bushala, yeah. So
Thank you.
there's things that you can make that are simple and taste good. There's an Assyrian recipe for seasoned ground beef in a pan. You can make it maybe even in the iron cast skillet with potatoes and tomatoes, and you serve it with rice. It's kind of like an Assyrian style meatloaf. And there's a lot of simple things that Rosie could make in the oven if she didn't want pan cooking. And have
it's just a question of having the desire to do that kind of.
and Rosie just loves the quick fix.
Yep.
She's and that's what.
Yeah.
If I was an Asian food fanatic like Rosie, I would have my wok. I'd have my spices and oils, and I'd be cooking up a storm with my wok. But
Well, let me tell you, Nicole, he's definitely lost weight since, especially up in the upper Midwest there in Great Lakes, to where there's no doubt in my mind. And get a microphone tattooed of singing. Yeah, get a microphone on your hand. Hey, baby, I got to.
But one thing Nicole, I've seen Nicole's cooking. She's got some pretty good cooking videos. I do enjoy her cooking videos, just like I enjoy Seeds to Freedom's cooking videos.
Yeah.
They can cook up a storm. And I don't know if Nicole lost weight or not. I just know one thing I remember when Rose used to have the hangouts. She was Johnny on the spot most of the time. Coming on the maybe you can get some recipes from Nicole.
She's my longest standing friend here on YouTube, almost since day one
Since
in 2013.
2013, yeah.
She's been there. Yeah, so that counts for
that
something
counts for a lot, yeah.
here, and I'll always love Nicole. No matter what, it's never going to change. you know, and so, you know, in my chat, I want to treat you with respect on here.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, I think little by little he'll find his way around the area. Like I say, the van can come and go. There's nothing that prevents it from.
Yeah, my main
I think he'd
focus.
probably like to get the door sealed up. I mean, I'm perfectly willing to go to the grocery store and take him down to the store to stock up on stuff. It's no problem at all. You
My,
know.
my, my, my main fix with Santa Rosa, you know, we've seen Rosie do Friday night foodies, but uh, Santa Rosa is a pretty big town, you know, and it's always just nice to find some cheap eats, you know. Rosie's been to some pretty high end places. She's been to some fancy Italian places, you know, and some
We've
little
done
bit.
a lot of cheap
Uh,
eats. We've done a lot.
and I try to find stuff like $10 and under, something that's not a full service restaurant.
McFly.
So,
Play the Baltimore
but
song. Missy Jen's sleeping. She told me she was going to brain me if I ever played that at night again.
but Rosie
So I
hasn't.
will take Marshall out. He will continue, as he has done for years, to feed himself and take care. But on Sunday and sometimes, you know, we'll invite him in to partake of a meal. You know, if I make a chili or if I make a beef stew or something like that, that's fine.
I'm just healing
Remember,
now.
Marshall, I'm just getting back to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I had Missy Jen's infusion and some other things. So cooking is always
Below the thing.
when I
Yeah.
think of just having a tuna sandwich or tuna in a salad, I think that's pretty cool. And Missy Jen and I have been doing that for years, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have the sit down type of dinners. We just live kind of like bachelors
It's
here.
a very simple
yeah,
diet.
it's a very simple diet.
Very
It's
simple
very
diet
basic.
that Rosie has, and if she gets a pre-made salad with some Italian dressing, hey, you should call it a day, man. I mean, when I make a salad dressing, I make it out of scratch. I'll put fresh garlic
It's
and
too
lemon
long.
in
It's
there.
too
and
time consuming, and you don't
vinaigrette.
do it often enough
Yeah, yeah.
because you couldn't do that on a daily basis. You would not be willing to put the time into that. So you'll trot off to Nawaz Garib and get the chili chicken special up there. Okay. Ask Elvis is to do a food shoot shopping. Yeah, why don't you take people live streaming shopping for your food?
I've told Rosie before many times that due to the trolls that I would never go live on any private property, period, because you can get the end up of having the chance of getting trespassed. I've told her this before. It's
That's something to that.
that I will not go live on any private property or business.
I can understand
So-
that. So,
And you know,
um,
and when I went live at
but what did you think about your chat tonight? I thought it was. I told you. I thought that's one of the best chats you've had in
Well,
memory. For
I'm
me.
just sending a message to the trolls that
Did I tell you that? Did I thought you stayed on top?
I stayed on
you talked
topic,
about the
yeah.
stuff you wanted to talk
exactly.
about, and you were reasonably
I just
positive.
one thing I wanted to point out is that
I mean, I'm like, wow, is this the same like non-combative kind of,
Right.
you know?
one thing I wanted to point out is
Hey,
that
DJ.
I'm focused on the van build now. I'm focused on getting things done. I'm focused on keeping it positive. And what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, is that I've given a strong message to the trolls for about
Hey,
a
Jazz.
while now, that they're not welcome into my life or into my channel, Elvis Travels. Now, are they welcome in here? Are they welcome into other chats? Well, you guys see that. So I think the trolls are getting the message little by little by little. And so they're starting to realize, and it's starting to sink into their head, that, hey, if you're going to come on Elvis Travels, you have to be positive. Now, one thing I wanted to
You're
mention.
changing a bit too, you know. I mean, you're not, you know,
One thing I wanted to mention real quick was that the audience in the last 28 days, you know, which is YouTube analytics, 41% of my audience is women. 41%. That's doubled from years ago where it was right at 20. It's 41%. That's a lot. That's a big difference in the analytics. Now, why are these women watching me? It's simple. There's a lot of women.
Oh my goodness, Julie.
There's a lot of women that are from the drama community that got brought in by Vinny G and Rosie, just this past year, they have infiltrated our community, and they're watching. That's a big change. That's a big change in the channel from 20 to 40%.
Well, like I
So
say, I went from 20% women to 70% on my channel.
75%.
75%. It's just it's the nature of it.
That's the nature of the game.
I think for me, they're very supportive. They're very nurturing.
Right.
But yet they have a strong sense of BS when it comes to YouTube and life.
Right.
There's something special that women have built into their sensing that.
A motherly
They also
instinct.
they have a lot of heart too. In other words,
Yeah.
they never get locked in on somebody. They don't. It's rare to find a woman that like is keyed down on you. It's like boom every day. It's just like boom
Right.
on your back because women have the ability to emotionally float and
Back and forth.
back and forth and change their opinion.
Usually, when a man makes their decision about something, we don't flip flop. Usually, we're in the straight direction.
Well, I don't call it flip flopping. It's like they can, like
a woman's needle can
Berg
shift.
says,
Yeah.
come up to press. They can see. They have an ability to. Okay, they know where you've been, and they're always watching to see if you're moving
Right.
at all. And I think that's kind of interesting.
And one thing that's interesting about YouTube, I think that's Mr. Z in there. Is that Mr. Z?
Yeah, there's Mr. Z.
Hey, Mr.
How you
Z,
doing,
how you
Mr.
doing,
Z?
brother?
Do you want to tell them about your
Thank you again here for
yeah.
this, brother.
and the patches that you got? And,
Yeah, the patches. I really
lollipop
appreciate
thing.
it. Thank you. Very kind of you.
Yeah, look at this beautiful thing. It had
This thing
had popcorn and treats on top of it. But look at that, and the colors of the Lisa Marie.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome that they put that together for you?
Very kind of you. Yes.
Isn't that beautiful? That is unbelievable to
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Now you've met Mr. Z in person. Chooched with him a couple times.
Like I said,
He's a heck of a guy.
I was impressed with the San Francisco chooch with Rosie. He chooched his heart away at over 8.
Yeah, I almost got the guy killed.
Yeah. So, but I think with the whole thing with the analytics going from 20 to 40% for me for women, and Rosie drawing in these, okay, let's look at it right now. There's a lot of people from the drama community that have came into Rosie's channel and to my channel. It's a fact. Now, think about it. Who else could Rosie pull in?
Yeah, his family, his wonderful wife and family are just gifted when it comes to crafting. Oh, Carlos.
He's spamming your shit.
Well, Carlos has always been nice to me. I mean, I have to take everybody in their own chat. You know what I mean?
Right.
You run your chat the way you want, and I don't ever tell you these days who.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying he's spamming it though. So. But
it doesn't bother. I mean, Carlos is Carlos. He's always at least he puts a laugh in my. Makes me laugh. And then some afternoons he'll put a link in trolling time. Troll this channel, and I click on it. It's a guy I've never even seen before doing something weird. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, it is 11:30. I'm going to go ahead and close the chat out now. It's been a fun. I don't know how long I've been on. An hour and a half now. And I want to thank you guys. I've got some other stuff I've got to do tomorrow. Then I'll come home. I'll try to get something accomplished on the van tomorrow because, and Tuesday, and then Wednesday is going to be all about decorating the rancho and getting ready for Halloween. Marshall's got some work to do to see if he can find a product we need to make the thing weather tight. So it's going to buy Nicole, love you. Norway, thank you. Emil, take both out the wine country at your convenience. Living in the RV. That's really good, Emil. Good, thank you.
For watching, Emil. Thank you.
Anyway, I want to thank you guys for being along. And I love you guys being on the channel. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. And tomorrow I'm going to give my thoughts on the best and worst thing about Las Vegas. And since I've been heavily traveling there over the last 21 years. Thank you very much to my wonderful moderators. And remember, my mods, if you want to participate in the monthly tip out, just send me a Gmail. I can make it like new@gmail.com. A little token of appreciation for you for being such wonderful moderators. Monique, love you. Nicole, Jen, if you're in here, Kim C, JK NoCal, and Tom Finland, and the others. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night.